Welcome back on NJCU GothicKnights.com for men's basketball tonight. The NJCU Gothic Knights in at 13-5, 8-3 in conference play. They find themselves in 4th in the conference. They take on the William Paterson Pioneers, who are 11-7, 6-5 in the NJAC. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Thank you so much for joining me once again. In the tight standings of the NJAC, William Paterson is trying to fight an uphill battle. Right now they sit in the final playoff spot. The top 6 of 10 make it. And NJCU with a very good offense, number 2 in the conference in scoring at 82 points per game, but they're coming off of a frustrating loss at Rowan, 84-80 on Saturday, where they allowed Rowan to shoot 64% in the second half. Time now for our starting lineups. Here's William Paterson, and they're being introduced under 4th-year head coach Brian Chapman, Ramapo 86 graduate. He was a longtime assistant to Jose Rimbimbas prior to taking over. St. Simeon Beaubrun starts at the 5 spot at 6'5", 210, and he's joined by the sweet shooting Sean Smith, 3rd leading scorer in the conference, a 6'5" junior from Moraga, California. 6'2" junior guard is Anthony Uribe from Bergen Catholic by way of Hackensack, New Jersey. Justin Lingott is a 6'5" point guard from Toms River, New Jersey. And Miles McLeod, a 6'3" junior on the wing from Teaneck High School in Teaneck for William Paterson. And tonight for Coach Mark Brown's Gothic Knights in his 12th season, a Siena 1991 graduate. His backcourt will have Shaquan Worthy, the senior point guard from Trenton Central. LeVron Green is the senior shooting guard from Teaneck, New Jersey. Playing on the wing is James Julius, 6'3" senior from Linden High School. Yuri Brutus plays the 4, 6'5" senior from Roselle Park in Roselle, New Jersey. And Sam Toney will play a forward spot as well. He's a 6'4", bruising, 220-pound preseason first-team All-American. The junior from Plainfield, New Jersey, and Williamstown High School. Toney leads the team at 16.8 points per game and also 7 rebounds. The Gothic Knights will also have Jeff Haddock Jr. back, as this will be his 3rd game returning from a very long foot injury. So that's a look at our starters tonight as William Paterson and NJCU meet for the 2nd time this season. Back on November 28th at William Paterson, the Pioneers won the game 88-72. William Paterson shot the ball very well from 3, and those are the things that Mark Brown has emphasized, as he has been looking all season long for a much better defensive performance from his team. Feels they can score with anybody, but in order to win in championships, they're going to have to find a way to improve their defense and field goal defense. They're allowing teams to shoot it at 43%. He called the second half on Saturday at Rowan perhaps their worst half of the season that the team has played, particularly on the defensive end. And in that first meeting, William Paterson knocked down 13 of 20 from 3, led by Sean Smith, who was dynamite. 8 of 11 from 3 was Smith for a game-high 29 points. And a 65% three-point shooting figure from William Paterson. That's the way they got the job done. Shazmir Asani also had a big night. He'll come off the bench today. He had 17 points. Justin Lingott had 16. There are 2 Lingott brothers on this team, Vincent and Justin. Justin being the starter. So we're about ready to go with our officials, Martin Herrick, David Niven, and Kevin Crispin. William Paterson in the black on black, NJCU in the white on white. The William Paterson women took care of NJCU earlier tonight, as James Julius immediately goes down low to Sam Toney off the tap and starts the scoring. So Toney gets the high percentage look. William Paterson will open it up against an NJCU man-to-man defense. As I talk to Mark Brown, he's looking for the details to improve, as that shot partially altered. Miles McLeod had it contested. Here's Shaquan Worthy. Entry inside, Yuri Brutus contested and is fouled. He took it into the body of McLeod, who picks up the personal. So it will be Yuri Brutus, a 70% free throw shooter at the line. NJCU is 9th in the country in free throws made. But an interesting statistic, they have now become dead last in Division III in fouls committed. So that counterbalances their free throw advantage as Brutus misses the first. But they've also limited their turnovers largely on the season, giving up just about 15 turnovers a game. They're number 1 in turnover margin. 2 missed free throws, though, by Brutus. And this is a William Paterson team that thrives on shooting the three. They shoot it at the best percentage in the NJAC, 39%. And led by Sean Smith, who is 48%, as now we get the ball out of bounds and another William Paterson giveaway. And Smith, a sensational shooter from Moraga, California. That's in the Bay Area, with St. Mary's is out of the West Coast Conference. Entry on the Brutus, knocked away, recovered by Green. Next pass, knocked away again, Miles McLeod. Still a 2-0 NJCU lead. McLeod could not get that ball to fall, and the rebound of Sam Toney. This rim to my left was severely impacted on a dunk in the first half. I still think it's leaning down a bit as Worthy misses the three. And several players had to jump up and knock the rim back upwards as the rim was leaning down. As you just got a glimpse of Brian Chapman in his 4th season. So here's McLeod. Smith, and then as Anthony Uribe tried to turn the corner, good quick hands there from Shaquan Worthy. NJCU will be without Nawan Thomas Cancel, freshman from Irvington. He's out with an injury after just getting eligible at the start of the semester. Shot missed inside by Smith on the follow. That miss also inside, and then the follow, St. Simeon Bobron with 2 good looks is going to the free throw line. Shaquan Worthy his first. Bobron goes a burly 6'5", 210 from Columbia High School, native of Irvington. And he sends to the free throw line where he's 57%. But a very good offensive rebounder, averages about 6.6 boards, and off on the first. As a team, William Paterson averages 18 turnovers a game. That's been among their sore spots. And the second free throw missed. Julius is defended by Smith. Out to Worthy. They give him the three, and he hits it. Shaquan Worthy, 35% from three. That's just his 10th, make it 11th make of the year. And it's a 5-0 start. And the ball on the ground, and it will stay with William Paterson. William Paterson, the start of the game, 0 of 4. Backdoor cut, and the shot missed by Uribe, rather Justin Lingott. And NJCU did not communicate there. So the foul against LeVron Green, picking up his first. Here's Justin Lingott. William Paterson did not start Dominic Mignon tonight. He's their usual point guard at 11 points, 4 rebounds. Lingott finally gets William Paterson on the board. And NJCU brings in Jeff Haddock. And Haddock junior from Burlington Township, New Jersey. He provides very good outside shooting. He made 13 threes through 10 games. And the feed down low looking for Brutus is turned over. Sean Smith the pickup. Lingott out for the three, McLeod. And that's off the front rim. That rim is a bit soft, so that's going to be very challenging for either team as they come at this basket. On the cut, Tony. Tony in the turnaround, nicely done. Second field goal for Sam Tony, and NJCU has started the game 3 of 4 from the field. And Sean Smith does not have a look or even a sniff of the look yet, as we get the foul down low against Sam Tony defensively. 7-1 NJCU. Worthy with the denial on Uribe. McLeod got into the lane, may have taken an extra step, and gets that to fall. So first field goal from Miles McLeod. And McLeod is a sturdy player, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Shoots it though at 47% from the floor. Tony puts the ball on the floor and drives left on St. Simeon and Beaubrun. Again, McLeod to the turnaround, short. And Tony able to rebound it. We played 4.5 minutes first half in this NJAC contest. NJCU trying to get back on the winning track after losing at Rowan Saturday. Brutus off the double. Worthy decided not to take it. Shot clock to 10. Instead, the kick out. Jeff Haddock for 3. Welcome back to the lineup. Jeff Haddock starting to shake off the rust. His first field goal tonight. Timeout, William Paterson, as the Pioneers find themselves trailing 12-3, nearly 5 minutes in. Well, Jeff Haddock, who was just starting to emerge prior to his December injury, not in the starting lineup yet, as this is just his 3rd game back, and as Mark Brown alluded to, he needs a little bit more time. Meanwhile, for this William Paterson team, they're currently the 6th seed, and they picked up perhaps their best win of the season, 80-55 on Saturday over Rutgers Camden, and that ended a 3-game losing streak. But Sean Smith averaging nearly 19 a game. And no Dominic Mignon yet. And we'll see if he's going to be available as they see over the bench for William Paterson, their starting point guard. And we have played officially 5 minutes now. Sean Smith does not have a look at the basket yet. The NJAC's 3rd leading scorer, skip pass to Smith. He'll take the pull-up jumper. It went in and out, but there on the follow is William Paterson. That's Miles McLeod. So you knew Brian Chapman were trying to get Smith a look. They were trying to get him going. Again, he went 8 of 11 from 3 back in November. And we'll get the moving screen. Brutus, as he tried to roll the basket and gain a step, commits the foul. William Paterson will bring on Shajamir Asani for the first time. And the Gothic Knights bring in Denzel Banks and Solomon Pierre. Pierre will usually play the 5 spot, 6'4" from Bloomfield Tech, native of East Orange. Banks, an explosive wing player, a sophomore from East Orange campus. Here is Asani. They look for Beaubrun. Catch in the paint. Smith puts up a contested three. Thought he was fouled. The recovery, but then on the baseline was Miles McLeod. Smith unhappy as he has been harassed. He is number one in the conference at 48% from three, 13th in the country. So NJCU has it, leading 12-5. William Paterson, 2 of 10 from the floor. Banks, the pull-up contested by McLeod. And the pickup for William Paterson. Great anticipation from Miles McLeod. Also, Malcolm McLeod is checked in, younger brother. He attended Eastern Christian. Down low, Miles McLeod fall away. And then we'll get the foul as the drive from Jeff Haddock. Just the second team foul. NJCU 5 of 7 from the floor. And they've knocked down a pair of threes. Banks attacking Smith. Worthy. And another moving screen. Pierre. The problem is Pierre made contact with the defender. And Mark Brown upset with Solomon Pierre. He was stationary to begin with, but then once Pierre rolled off of it, he's moving right into the person he's trying to screen. And that's the problem. #15 foul against the Gothic Knights and their 4th turnover. And also here's Nazir Fields for the first time for William Paterson. He goes to the fall away. That's back rim. And rebound, Malcolm McLeod reaching for it. Miles McLeod had a chance. And the pickup by Worthy. Tony into the corner. Haddock, a contested 2 early in the shot clock. And then Haddock will pick up a loose ball. Then he attacks the rim. He lost it. Haddock, though, is going to get a timeout while still on the floor. And Mark Brown very upset with Jeff Haddock after taking that initial contested jumper. So the timeout on the floor, 12:34 remaining at 12-5 NJCU. And they've held William Paterson 2 of 13. As Mark Brown is collecting his troops. And you see him visibly upset. He is looking for a good defensive performance. He's gotten it. Feels that his offense right now, we don't have to worry about it too much. But our defensive focus, it's been a little bit of everything. Not contesting shots, boxing out, communicating, allowing too many drives into the paint. And NJCU down to just 3 home games remaining. Next Wednesday, the 30th against Montclair State. Be a good battle. Montclair State 7-3 overall. And it was a great game the first time around at Montclair State, 81-76. Montclair State. Banks, pull up. Denzel Banks got his own rebound. Could not hit. There on the tip is Sam Toney, and he was fouled. Sam Toney, a strong start with 8 points in the first 8 minutes. And that's the second foul on Miles McLeod. Toney at 80% on the season, 7 boards. And NJCU opens up a 10-point lead and puts on pressure. Miles McLeod remains on the floor for William Paterson with 2 fouls. And next opportunity, Dominic Mignon, who did not start, sophomore from Rutherford, New Jersey, is going to come into the game for Coach Brian Chapman. Then the drive, the layoff to Fields, who lays it in. Great layoff from Malcolm McLeod. That's the best looking offensive possession for William Paterson. Worthy off the skip. Attack, slips it into Brutus, and he could not convert. And the rebound secured inside by Miles McLeod. Good pass by Worthy, but that's Yuri Brutus that could not put it away. And also Herschel Williams into the game for the first time for William Paterson as a missed layup again by the Pioneers. Williams attended Timber Creek High School in South Jersey. Tony fires it in, and Brutus misses another. And McLeod another rebound. And then the NJCU foul. That's 16 fouls. What a pass by Tony. And Brutus struggling a bit after picking up. And an offensive foul on a moving screen. So Brutus is among those that sit 3 new players in for Mark Brown and NJCU as LeVron Green, Graylin Vereen, and James Richardson all come in. And now a timeout for Brian Chapman as the Pioneers were not able to inbound it. Mignon had a great game back on November 28th. 4.6 rebounds, 8 assists though. He did turn it over 6 times, but he's a very good point guard. So we'll see how William Paterson will look here in the second half. So Mignon will bring it up against James Richardson. Coach Mark Brown asking for consistency from Richardson, who is averaging 7.5 points per game, but capable of exploding. Division II transfer from Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. Spin dribble, Malcolm McLeod, tough shot. And the Pioneers, with a couple of baskets, have drawn within 6. Despite their very difficult shooting start. Richardson after James Julius on the 3. And nobody crashing the glass. And for Julius, capable three-point shooter, 34%. Fields, as he tries the jumper, that's back rim. Leak out for LeVron Green as he explodes and picks up the foul as Herschel Williams had the challenge. So this will get Green to the free throw line. LeVron now a senior from Teaneck. We played for Coach Jerome Smart. And Green has been a steady starter following the injury to Jeff Haddock. He's become the team's 3rd leading scorer at 10 points a game. And William Paterson will bring on their biggest player, 6'8", 220-pound junior Henry Voorhees. Columbia High School, native of South Orange. Talking more about Brian Chapman and his very accomplished career under Jose Rimbibas for all those years before Jose was unceremoniously let go by the administration. This is Brian's 4th season. But last year, William Paterson upset NJCU 81-78, who was a 3 seed as Mignon rebounds the miss of the second free throw. But then the Pioneers, they would shock 2-seeded TCNJ to reach the championship game before falling to eventual Final Four team Ramapo College in what was a great year for the NJAC. Loose ball collected by Asani. Across the lane, Voorhees missed the shot. NJCU pushing into the lane, and the shot off the front rim and down for Graylin Vereen. And the freshman from Kearney, New Jersey. Vereen spent last year on the club team at Coppin State. Voorhees, good ball denial by Tony. So William Paterson will keep it with 16 to shoot. Just an 18-9 game. As Williams against the zone will knock it down. He was completely wide open. Missed coverage there by the Gothic Knights. Man-to-man defensive look by William Paterson. As Vereen will wait for the high screen from Tony. Meant to switch, then attacks Beaubrun. Out to the corner, and the three by Richardson is off. And the loose ball, Herschel Williams is able to recover it. Good scrap there, Herschel Williams able to win it. And here comes William Paterson, chance to inch closer. Mentioned Brian Chapman, he spent 20 years, 95-15, under Jose Rembibas, working William Paterson into an NJAC power. Williams off in the three, offensive rebound, over the back went Malcolm McLeod. And Mark Brown, can't believe there wasn't a better box out, nor, I think, an offensive foul. Meanwhile, there's Richardson attacking the rim, and that's off. Mignon, numbers for William Paterson. Off it went, but then the block shots on Asani. William Paterson will keep it as they try to cut it to a one-possession game. And Brian Chapman, during his time, the Pioneers have gone to 9 NCAA tournaments, last one being 2015, and won 6 NJACs and 2 Final Fours. Feed down low from Malcolm McLeod is off of NJCU. Miles McLeod remaining in the game, playing with 2 fouls. On the backdoor cut, that's deflected away by Green as Uribe tried to thread the needle, but then NJCU a little too fast. That's Richardson that turns it over. On the spin dribble, nice duck in, and the finish, Anthony Uribe. A nice pivot, and then the mid-range jumper. It's a 3-point lead only for NJCU, despite their great start tonight on their home floor. And William Paterson shooting just 7 of 23, and that 3 well short from James Richardson. And that is not normally his game. Richardson just 3 of 20 from 3 coming in. But he's a dynamic slasher, but does not have the half-court game yet. Feed down low. The collection by Beaubrun took it in. That was contested. Beaubrun again. Another miss inside, and eventually Sam Toney comes away with it. And the secure rebound for NJCU. William Paterson within a possession despite the conference's third leading scorer, Sean Smith, without so much as a sniff at the basket. He is 0 for 2. And another moving screen, James Julius down low. And that's the third moving screen of this first half against the Gothic Knights. And just fundamental errors by NJCU. That's their 6th turnover. So here comes William Paterson with a chance to perhaps even the game. Smith fires a three, well short. Gets his own miss, could not convert. And I believe that rim that was affected during warm-ups is a little too soft. We'll see how it plays in the second half. Brutus against Voorhees. William Paterson doubles on the post. They leave Worthy open for three. Shaquan Worthy, a capable three-point shooter. That's his second make. So Brian Chapman dared to double down. And NJCU, after a long scoreless drought, back by 6. McLeod into the corner. Anthony Uribe, tough pull-up. Green, and took it into traffic. Then Brutus is stripped down low. The push by Uribe. Down to the rim, offensive foul. Uribe caught in the air and out of control. A timeout called by NJCU. 21-15, Gothic Knights. Despite William Paterson just 25% from the floor. And for the Gothic Knights, this is dangerous territory. That if they don't put this game away, it'll be largely due to the first half. And if you're Brian Chapman of William Paterson, you got to be thrilled with how well you've hung in here. And Chapman's team trying to come alive at the end of the season as they did last year, and including the stunning upset 81-78 over this NJCU team. And last year's epic thriller in the first round of the NJAC tournament being played in Jersey City. William Paterson led by as many as 23. NJCU just had a very flat performance. And William Paterson shot 6 of 10 from 3 in that opening half. But there were seniors like George Sapp and Ricky Espinel that played well. Sean Smith also had a 14-point game. NJCU out of the timeouts. Zone look by William Paterson. Green, shot clock to 3. And the rebound inside, Miles McLeod. Into the corner, Uribe left open to spot up, and it spun out. And the rebound, the putback also missed. And William Paterson, and they're going to rue the day that they messed with the rim on a dunk during warm-ups as a 3 is off from the corner by Haddock. Push ahead by Uribe. Smith straight on. Short, he started 0 of 4. Smith will try again, and that was halfway down. So Sean Smith trying to get himself started. Is now 0 of 6. Brutus on the entry. They double off of Worthy. The repost by Brutus. Skip to Green. Hop stepping through, picked up the foul, and is headed to the line. Much better offensive set from NJCU. As LeVron Green, you have to honor his three-point shot at 43%. That's the 3rd foul on Miles McLeod. So Brian Chapman will have no choice to take McLeod off the floor. And each team with subs at the table as Green gets the first. Including Jared Bennett, a 6'2 freshman forward from Winslow Township. And Malcolm McLeod also back in for William Paterson. And JCU bringing back James Julius. Green making both. NJCU has never trailed. They've led by as many as 10 at 15-5. Backdoor cut and rising above the rim, Jared Bennett to put it off the glass. Tony quickly the other way, hammers down a three. Quick catch and shoot as Tony, with no hesitation, drills it. He's got 12 in the opening half. Fourth made three for NJCU. This is Uribe all the way to the basket as he drove on Haddock. Green steps through. William Paterson has leveled the game off just a bit. They're 0 of 6 from 3. And this is Nasir Fields' call for traveling, working against Sam Tony. We approach the 2-minute mark. NJCU's shooting down to 36% after the hot start. Zone look by William Paterson. Green stepping further out, trying a very long three. McLeod. Uribe. Fields backing down Tony, then the duck in. And the rebound could not be controlled by Denzel Banks. Sean Smith will return for William Paterson. McLeod is able to get it into Malcolm McLeod. Uribe, good feed for Fields. He recovers the loose ball. Uribe went up with it but missed. The defense on the interior for NJCU has been solid. Here's Tony, a transition three. Chance to run out for William Paterson. Final 90 seconds. McLeod stepping through and scores. Or rather, Uribe. Six points for Anthony Uribe. Final minute, first half. 10 to shoot for NJCU against the zone. James Julius having to force, and he was fouled. While attempting a three, the closeout by Justin Lingat. So James Julius will get 3 free throws. 10 of 13 on the season. Not many attempts for Julius. Senior who starred at Linden High School. And first points of the game for James. Each team with 17 fouls. As he missed the second, Gothic Knights will get Solomon Pierre back in the game. The Pioneers will bring back St. Simeon Beaubrun. And William Paterson will get Dominic Mignon back on the floor too. Miles McLeod left the game after collecting 4 points, but 3 fouls. He is William Paterson's third leading scorer at 10 points, 5 boards. Only 1 of 3 at the line for James Julius. A 6-point NJCU lead. Mignon pressured by Worthy. Beaubrun. Smith in the low post. Mignon off the ball fake on the 2. That's short, but we'll get a foul. Solomon Pierre in the rebounding action, fouling St. Simeon Beaubrun. So that's 18 fouls. This will be a 1-and-1 for Beaubrun. Beaubrun at 12 of 21, 57%. 25.9 left as Justin Lingott will return for William Paterson. Missing the front end. And the Gothic Knights collect it. Fouls the second on Solomon Pierre. James Richardson. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Mignon the defender. Richardson steps in. Missed the pull-up. Asani trying to get the heave. Beaubrun does. It's off. So NJCU, despite a 10-point lead, had opportunities to really create separation in the first half. But credit William Paterson, despite the conference's third leading scorer, Sean Smith, not having a point and going 0 of 6. William Paterson is in the game. It's 27-21 Gothic Knights at the half. I'll be back in about 14 minutes to bring you half number 2 on NJCUGothicKnights.com. At the half, it's NJCU clinging to a 6-point advantage over William Paterson tonight from the John J. Moore Fitness Center in Jersey City on NJCUGothicKnights.com. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Thank you so much for watching tonight. William Paterson's leading scorer, Sean Smith, the third leading scorer in the conference at 19 a game. 0 for 6, no points, but yet William Paterson is well in the game. That's because they've gotten very good balanced scoring. 3 different players with 4 points. 4 points, 5 rebounds for Miles McLeod. But then he picked up his third and had to sit late in the first half. William Paterson is out rebounding NJCU 30-21 is a big advantage. NJCU, meanwhile, just 32% from the floor, so they have not been able to increase the lead. It was a 15-5 at one juncture. They've held William Paterson to 26%, 10 of 38. Sam Toney leads the Gothic Knights with 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 of 6. Shaquan Worthy, a couple of wide-open threes and 2 assists. The Gothic Knights, 7 turnovers, but 3 of them have come on moving screens. So the game being played to William Paterson's pace and liking. And if they can get Sean Smith going, that could be a real danger to the Gothic Knights. He's capable of big flurries, such as his 8 of 11 from 3 back on November 28th against NJCU. William Paterson will have possession to open up the second half. And the Gothic Knights open up in a man-to-man. Backdoor cut by Smith, intercepted by James Julius. LeBron Green, the leak out on Bobrun, and picks up the foul. St. Simeon Bobrun tried to bother the shot, but he picks up the personal. And good defense by LeBron Green to knock away the backdoor cut. First foul on Bobrun. Besides Sam Toney, none of the Gothic Knights shot the ball all that well. LeBron Green knocks down the free throw. Green 0 of 4 from the field, but has earned 4 points at the free throw line. NJCU has not put William Paterson under any full court pressure. And now can the Gothic Knights come up with another good defensive half as Smith, the catch and the knockdown. Smith, even after hesitating, that's why he's 48% for the season. 29-24. Julius turns the corner and is fouled. And that's the 4th on Miles McLeod. So Brian Chapman for William Paterson will have no choice. He's got a sub at the table in Malcolm McLeod. As Julius nails the free throw. So we'll see how long Brian Chapman can wait before he brings back his 3rd leading scorer. And McLeod is also a burly defender that can match up against Sam Toney. Julius makes both. And NJCU by 7. Anthony Uribe. Dominic Mignon, who has started much of the season, does not begin this second half on the floor. A 3 out of the corner, that's way off from Uribe. But then a foul as William Paterson collected the air ball. And Yuri Brutus picking up the personal. And that is Yuri's 3rd. So Solomon Pierre will come in to replace him. Meanwhile, Bobrun gets a trip to the free throw line. William Paterson averaging nearly 74 points a game. They make nearly 8 threes per, but just 1 of 8, including 0 of 6 in the first half. Bobrun at 57% makes the second. Opening minute gone of the second half. NJCU trying to get a split of the season series against William Paterson. They gave up 88 points in the first meeting back in November. Julius, a tough step back. That would have been a three. And we'll see how this left rim will hold up after someone dunked on it in warm-ups for William Paterson. And the rim was clearly stuck in a down position. They had to work for it to bring it back up, as there's a good-looking jumper from Anthony Uribe. And he's got 6. Tony pops out, shoots the three over Smith. Solomon Pierre able to collect the rebound, but then he lost it to Uribe. As Uribe motored ahead, and it ends up as a turnover. Now we'll get Dominic Mignon back in the game for the Pioneers. Worthy. Look for the entry. Tony. Shot clock to 10. Worthy to step back. Not a great look, a contested three. And Justin Lingard handling for William Paterson. Malcolm McLeod. Sean Smith on the bench for William Paterson. Lingard fakes in the three. Bobrun steps out. And not necessarily his game. Tony this time on Bobrun. Draws the double. Worthy, they double off of him, and he sticks his third three. Shaquan Worthy has made William Paterson pay for doubling off of him. NJCU back by 7. And the feed down low turned over. William Paterson was looking for the backdoor cut. And the Pioneers, meanwhile, just searching for some kind of rhythm. Bobrun will sit and Jared Bennett will come in. And now it looks like Mignon is going to defend Tony, which is a real mismatch. And Tony's going to go immediately in the low post. The shot on the way, that's short as it volleys out. Green on the pull-up, missed it badly. Run out ahead, Worthy will step in front of Malcolm McLeod to intercept. Tony to skip it. Julius got around the contact, offensive foul. He was caught in the air on the pass-off. So a missed opportunity for NJCU, and they also had Sam Tony down low on a guard. And didn't get the ball into him. So as Julius turns it over, and he's been trying to find his shot. He's missed a couple of threes tonight. Mignon. Asani has also come back in. Sajmir Asani, a 5'9" junior from Boonton High School. As he gets the pass outside, there is a long three from Jared Bennett, and not known for his outside shot. Rebound NJCU. Tony running the floor, beats Mignon on the other end. Looked like we had a whistle. And a timeout is called by Mark Brown after the make. So the lead to 9. Well, the ill-advised shot on the other end, Jared Bennett taking a very deep three. 36-27 is our score. As you'll see, watch Sam Tony sprint. And Mignon just didn't get in front of him. So very poor transition defense. And that allows one of the conference's best scorers in Sam Tony to get an easy layup, and he's someone that you have to make work. Tony, for the season, is at nearly 17 a game. Randy Walko leads the conference. He's of TCNJ, nearly 21. But it's a very tight race at the top. But Tony shoots outstanding percentages. 43% from the floor, 41 from three, 80 at the line. And for Division III, those are high-quality numbers. While he was a preseason first-team All-American, he's had some ups and downs. Did go through a bit of a slump where his numbers suffered. But he's got 14 points nearly effortlessly this evening. So now Anthony Uribe will bring it up against the pressure of Richardson. Into the corner, he went for Mignon. Sean Smith now at the table for William Paterson. He's been held to just 3 points, 1 make. Offensive rebound, Malcolm McLeod. But then the steal, Shaquan Worthy ahead. Worthy had to be fouled as Asani prevents the layup. So Shaquan Worthy will shoot 2 free throws. Shaquan has knocked down 3 threes. And Worthy able to get that to fall. And as I sit here, this rim on the left is providing very little resistance. But both teams have to deal with it. Worthy, a 60% free throw shooter, gets both. Largest lead of the game right now for NJCU at 11. They're holding William Paterson to 27% shooting for the game. Sajmir Asani looked into the corner, and the pass thrown away from Herschel Williams and turned over. Tony, a transition pull-up. Solomon Pierre, the miss. Jeff Haddock also back in the game for NJCU. This is Tony driving, getting the quick help, and the catch and shoot for Haddock is off. Look at Worthy rebound. The Gothic Knights could have a third chance during the possession. Tony off the screen, buries a 3. Sam Tony from beyond the arc for the second time. He's got a game-high 17, and NJCU with big separation, now up by 14. Smith looking for the roller to the basket, turned it over. Or, actually, Tony thought he corralled it and didn't have to get it. Tony thought he had a timeout in the air, but they don't allow that. And he was out of bounds. Mignon, lefty layup, that's off. Herschel Williams high in the air for the rebound. And they'll get a hold rather than a tie-up against NJCU. First time Mignon has been able to get to the basket. Denzel Banks picks up the foul, and the official saying that the foul happened before the tie-up. And now a delay of game signal against NJCU. Mignon back to the left hand, this time converts. First basket for sophomore Dominic Mignon. Then the other end, there's a layup from James Richardson. And shows his explosion. Richardson, a quality player off the bench in the NJAC. Asani got inside, off to Mignon for a little floater. Good penetration from Sajmir Asani. Haddock, Jeff Haddock, tough pull-up. And Asani the rebound. A transition deep pull-up, Jared Bennett. And out of bounds off of NJCU and Shaquan Worthy. William Paterson continues to hang around as they trail here by 12. Despite Sean Smith, only 3 points on the inbound. That one no good by Herschel Williams. Now he steps through and gets it to fall. Herschel Williams at 6'3", 200 has shown some good strength in traffic tonight. Now Worthy attacks Williams. Bennett on the push. And Asani will look for something better. Mignon will take the baseline. Now the righty reverse lay-in. Dominic Mignon with 6 points in a hurry. Timeout NJCU. So William Paterson, after trailing by 13, they've narrowed it down now to 8. Still with plenty of time left. 12:10 to go. Yeah, NJCU has not been able to seize command of this game. And Mark Brown just searching for some consistency from his team tonight. Sam Toney leads all players with 17. Shaquan Worthy with 11. But despite those two having solid nights, NJCU shooting at just 32%. And a lot of their points are at the free throw line to 11 of 16. After this one, NJCU will be on the road on Saturday at Rutgers Newark before hosting Montclair State coming up next Wednesday, January 30th. And the Gothic Knights will bring back James Julius here in this lineup. And Brian Chapman of William Paterson is going to keep Herschel Williams on the floor. He's gotten great minutes from him. Miles McLeod with 4 fouls, picking up his 4th early in the second half as that jumper is off for NJCU. Mignon. Then he over-dribbled. Toney comes up with the takeaway. Lane was open, but then Mignon kind of lost focus and control of the ball. Worthy declined the 3. Green took it into traffic. We could have different calls. Let's see. We got the charge down low from the official. And that is the right call. Green forced it that time. Thought it could have been a travel. 43-35. Mignon, a contested 3. Front rim, look at Asani chase down another rebound for William Paterson. Smith now the low post. Mignon, tough floater, rattles it in. Dominic Mignon has come alive in the second half. He averages 11 And he's got 8 in a few minutes. Julius rises. And now 0 for 3 from beyond the arc is James Julius. William Paterson trying to inch closer as we will hit 10.5 minutes remaining tonight in Jersey City. Mignon, and now he'll get himself to the free throw line. So Dominic Mignon, with a nice year last year, primarily coming in off the bench. And he has been the starter, 6-foot sophomore from Rutherford High School in New Jersey. Was a 1,000-point scorer, averaged 25 and 6 rebounds as a senior. As Mignon knocks down the free throw. Last year, 5 points and an assist off the game as a backup point guard. A 70% free throw shooter. Mignon with a pair. NJCU's lead is just 4, and Mignon is going to guard Sam Toney on this end. Thanks. Graylin Vereen back in for NJCU. Vereen. Good recovery by Asani. Shot clock to 6 for the Gothic Knights. James Richardson to the rim. And the rebound from Lingat. Justin Lingat. The swing to Mignon. And he has truly exploded. Dominic Mignon with 13 points in 10 minutes of the second half. William Paterson is within 1. Mignon, just a 27% free throw shooter, has been the hot hand. And now James Julius with the 3 to respond. Timeout Brian Chapman of William Paterson. But we've got a ball game with 9:12 remaining. And NJCU all night has not been able to shake William Paterson. And now one of the lead players for the Pioneers, Dominic Mignon, has gotten going. And Mignon is shooting it at 5 of 7 in the second half. And that's been the difference. William Paterson and Brian Chapman has been able to buy some more time to try to get Miles McLeod back on the floor, and when to play him with 4 fouls. Well, this close game is giving him a chance to at least get to the 5-minute mark before considering when to bring him in offense-defense substitutions. William Paterson has now bumped it up to 33% from the floor, out shooting the Gothic Knights for the game tonight, despite just 2 made threes and only 3 points from Sean Smith. Mignon in the entry. Lingat. Shot clock to 8. Mignon. On the drive, Asani. With the shot clock about to expire, it rimmed off. Richardson full steam ahead to his strong left hand. Second basket for James Richardson. And NJCU with a 5-point spurt right back at 48-42. Smith down the high post. Mignon fades back into a deep three. Green, offensive foul. Asani able to draw, rather Graylin Vereen on the charge. Nasir Fields will check back in for William Paterson, as Brian Chapman will go a little bit bigger as he replaces Justin Lingard. Mignon, Asani thought about it. Now Asani may have pushed off. Good ball pressure by Graylin Vereen. And we get the ball out of bounds. Vereen was on the baseline. We'll get an NJCU sub as Sam Toney will check out with 8:01 remaining. Backdoor cut, Fields, and the foul. Richardson got backdoored. And Mark Brown frustrated to give up a backdoor on the baseline out of bounds. So Nasir Fields to the free throw line. Fields, a poor free throw shooter at 10 of 27, that's 37%. But that's now 17 fouls against NJCU with 8 minutes to go. And Fields, of course, knocks down the first. One of two for Nasir Fields. Vereen comes off the screen, slips the pass in beautifully, but then the shot was altered as Pierre got in there, and then a foul against NJCU going the other way, Denzel Banks. So it'll set up a freebie 1-1. Yuri Brutus will come back in for Coach Mark Brown. And this puts Mignon to the free throw line, an excellent free throw shooter. For a front end at 70%. So 18 fouls against the Gothic Knights, and William Paterson has another way to hang the game as Mignon, while fading away, still hits the free throw. Mignon has not had big games recently, and perhaps one of the reasons Brian Chapman didn't start him tonight. Settled for 4 points in 22 minutes against Rutgers Camden, 13 points, playing the full game against Montclair State. But he gets both here and has 15. However, game before that at Ramapo scored a season-high tying 19. Vereen off of a screen, buries a three. Big shot, Graylin Vereen. The Gothic Knights back by 6. Asani, opposite corner look, Mignon missed a good one. And back on the floor, Miles McLeod at the 7-minute mark for William Paterson, playing with 4 fouls as he defends Vereen. And then we get the bump, and if this is McLeod, and it is, McLeod fouls out just seconds after returning, and Brian Chapman really rolled the dice there, bringing him back in so early with the game still well within reach. I figured wait until the 5-minute mark, and he could have probably pushed it to the 4-minute mark before getting McLeod in there. Richardson, he takes it to the rim again. 53-45. So NJCU, a couple of threes, Julius and Vereen, to get the game back a bit more under control. Williams on the duck in, beautifully done. Herschel Williams with the basket. Richardson explodes again, and now the right hand from the left side. Richardson, he's been the cannon for the Gothic Knights in the second half. He's got 8, all off the bench in the period. Smith, a step back, and a second double clutch effort, and then a foul over the back. And the Gothic Knights not buying Sean Smith's pump fakes. He is 1 of 8 for the game. And that's a big reason why William Paterson finds itself trailing by 8. Sean Smith transferred from Simpson University. I believe that's out in California. 2-year starter with this William Paterson program. His season low is 7 against Rowan. There is James Julius. Or check that season low of 5 at Worcester Polytechnic back in November. Mignon trying to reverse against Tony. And Brutus will rebound with under 5.5 left. And NJCU back to a 10-point advantage. Miles McLeod has already fouled out for William Paterson. And another moving screen against Yuri Brutus. 4 moving screens tonight against the Gothic Knights. And Brutus picks up his 4th. This one, though, Mark Brown disagrees with. Smith, a deep one, that's front rim. However, Richardson got the rebound, but fell out of bounds. Uribe, Asani straight up top. And William Paterson tonight struggling from the 3. Just 2 of 17. They average 8 made threes a game, mostly stemming from Sean Smith being locked up tonight. On the entry, Yuri Brutus with an and one. Brutus, his first basket in what's been a frustrating night. Good seal inside for Yuri, able to get to a strong right hand. And Yuri, a 70% free throw shooter. William Paterson will get Nasir Fields back in for defensive possession, replacing Sajmir Asani. NJCU by 13. Does William Paterson have one run left in them? Smith unable to get free. And we'll get the foul. Smith, very hard hedge there, arm bar by James Richardson. And Smith at 82% will get himself to the free throw line. Sixth in percentage in the NJAC is Sean Smith as he nails the first. That's now 10 team fouls against NJCU. And he makes both 60-49. And the Gothic Knights still with work to do to finish this game. And now it's going to be Smith in a man-to-man that will defend Sam Toney. William Paterson's trap broken by the Gothic Knights. Richardson driving to the basket and able to finish. Hanging and hitting. Well, his eyes lit up as he wanted to ram it. But Richardson with 10 in the second half. There's a three right back from Anthony Uribe. William Paterson calls the timeout. James Richardson wanted to put a stamp on this game. 62-52, 3:46 remaining. As Richardson was able to meet the rolling defender and then cross over Smith. Good contest without fouling. And it gives you a sense of James Richardson's explosive abilities. A senior from Snyder High School, located just a minute away from the NJCU campus. And Richardson, he's in his first and only season as a Gothic Knight. He's had big games. Including a great recent game against TCNJ where he had a 16-point outing. And against Albertus Magnus, he had 15 points in a short window too. Not a great outside shooter, but a very good free throw shooter. He is a true slasher. And when he can be under control, that's the difference. NJCU will have it, and William Paterson showing full court pickup. Julius, and got rid of it, out to Richardson. Richardson forced to his off left, make it his right hand. Shot clock to 6 for freshman Graylin Vereen. And the pass went through the hands of Yuri Brutus. So 3:18 left. Mark Brown will bring back his trusted senior point guard, Shaquan Worthy. And Vereen tried to deep pass it to the corner rather than the simple play. So William Paterson, just 2 made threes tonight. Do they have a spurt in them? And this pass, Brutus with the pickup out of the deflection. This will take us to under the 3-minute mark, and Mignon fouls Worthy. And that's going to be the 7th team foul. So Worthy, who is a solid free throw shooter despite the percentages. He shoots a lot of late and close free throws. He's 60% and usually takes many pressure free throws. So this is a 1-and-1. And Worthy with a strong game, now 12 points. And a very under control game for Worthy. 3 assists, no turnovers. Missed the second. Sean Smith rebounding. Uribe. Smith. And call for traveling. And William Paterson trying to get looks for Sean Smith. And Smith is going to exit here for Jared Bennett for a defensive substitution. And William Paterson needs to try to create extra possessions. Tony. And a foul on the floor as he went through Bennett. Tony is the team's best free throw shooter. 80%. Richardson narrowly ahead of him by percentage, but Tony takes 3 times as many. So another front end, and Tony has it. NJCU trying to make it 5 of 6 since the new year. And Tony now with 19 points, 12 of which came in the first half. Sean Smith checking back in for William Paterson. Smith on the catch. Mignon. Backdoor cut, Asani. Then he looked for Bennett. William Paterson will keep it. 2:32 remaining. NJCU had chances to put this game away in the first half. They've led by as many as 14 early in the second, 43-29. There's a loose ball. Uribe somehow shoveled it into Bennett, who missed the layup. A run out for Richardson. Richardson, finger rolling to the rim. James Richardson may have put it away for the Gothic Knights. The lead is 15, largest of the Knights. Richardson with 12, all in the second half. Uribe fouled on his move. With 2:03 remaining, and the last thing the Gothic Knights want are fouls. It's been a struggle tonight for William Paterson, as Uribe has 10. And misses on the second. William Paterson lost to TCNJ January 9th, scoring just 57 points. That tied for their season low. Brutus, pass was deflected. Tony, you don't want to foul him. Richardson rises up and scores again. Well, he has provided the extra adrenaline that the Gothic Knights needed tonight. 69-53, James Richardson with a couple of put-away baskets. Smith on the backdoor cut is fouled. So this is going to be enough for the Gothic Knights. So Smith will not tie his season low for points, has 6, but only 1 field goal for Sean Smith. And many NJAC teams have tried to find a way to suffocate him with little success. Timeout, William Paterson. And for Smith against Worcester Polytechnic, he was held to a 1 of 8 in that game. So for the moment, it's going to be a season-high tying 1 made basket. 69-55, 1:23 remaining. Ralph Bednarczyk with you on GothicVision on NJCU, GothicKnights.com. NJCU never trailed tonight, but they've had to work to put the Pioneers away. And all night long, the Pioneers, just when it looked like the Gothic Knights would have a form of a knockout punch or a final run, they would put together a spurt, and they had climbed to within 2 points at, I believe it was 48-46 Then a big three by James Julius gave NJCU their final breathing room. That looked like was kind of the turning point of this game, or at least the run-stopping moment. Now the foul on Graylin Vereen to set up another 1-and-1, 9th team foul. So Vereen, 6 of 15 free throws. Test here for the freshman. And missed the front end. Asani, as he's trapped. Smith, again, can't get going on a three. And then a pass intercepted by Richardson. Graylin Vereen ahead for a righty lay-in. James Richardson, a fine second half, came up with a steal. There's Abreu on the jumper. And for NJCU, this is going to be a strong defensive performance in terms of field goal percentage. And if William Paterson doesn't score again, it'll be the fewest points allowed in a game this season by the Gothic Knights. Tony, James Julius. In the final 22 seconds. Mignon will try a three and bury it to close out that idea. Mignon with 18 points, all in the second half in a losing effort. NJCU, though, stifles Sean Smith, the conference's third leading scorer. They'd hold him to a season-low tying 1 basket. And they hold William Paterson to 32% from the field. NJCU wins 71-58. They improved to 9-3 in the NJAC, 14-5 overall. William Paterson drops down to 11-8, 6-6 in the NJAC, and now on the outside looking in as they slip down to 7th in the NJAC, 1 spot outside of the conference tournament. Big second halves for James Richardson, who had 14 points. Sam Toney led the way with 19. Shaquan Worthy with 12 points, 4 assists, and no turnovers. So that'll do it for our entire crew today. This game was directed and produced by Paul Tanasili. My name is Ralph Bnorchik, saying so long and have a great night. Thank you so much for watching Gothic Knights basketball tonight on NJCU GothicKnights.com. Good night, everybody.